Clubs all around the world were really busy this summer, but no club was quite as busy as Chelsea. Between arrivals and departures, Chelsea traded over 30 players this summer alone. And it's not just this summer, you know. Since Todd Boehly and Blueco took over in May 2022, this has been the theme. They just seem to be splashing money on any footballer who wishes to come. In the 2 years Todd Boehly has been in charge, Chelsea have spent about 1.5 billion euros on transfers. For context, Manchester City have spent less than 450 million euros during that same period. That's more than 300% less than Chelsea. All of this begs the question, how are Chelsea able to make all these signings without getting into trouble with financial fair play? Well, step into the 18-yard box. Let's talk about that. Now, when everybody talks about Chelsea signing players, they only focus on the expenditure, but hardly ever on the income. Chelsea have actually made a lot of sales, which have gone a long way in helping them balance their books. This summer, they spent 261 million euros to buy players, but they also had an income of 175 million euros from sales. And some of those sales generated pure profit, in that they had to spend no money to buy the players in the first place. So all the money they realized from their sale was recorded as profit. Players like Ian Matson, Conor Gallagher and Lewis Hall all came up from Chelsea's academy, so selling them this summer meant that Chelsea made pure profit. That's 119.5 million euros in pure profit from the sale of just 3 players. That's right, there is some shrewd business, but no one ever seems to notice. And that could continue with Chalobah and Broja expected to be sold next summer. Another thing many people fail to notice is that many of the signings Chelsea are making are deferred signings. For example, you hear that Chelsea have signed Estevao and Kendry Páez, and it sounds crazy, but in reality, the figures for those fees aren't written into this year's books. They're part of expenditures for 2025, which helps Chelsea still stay within the confines of the law. But all of that surely isn't enough. Which is why Chelsea have reportedly also found loopholes, which they have exploited to help them stay in FFP's good books. For example, Chelsea are known to offer really long contracts to players. Nkunku was given a 6-year contract. Enzo Fernandez was given an 8.5-year contract. Mudryk also got 8.5 years. Badiashile got 7.5. And Palmer, after his recent extension, now has 9 years on his Chelsea contract. People look at this and laugh at the ridiculousness of it, but there are reasons behind it. One of those reasons being that it helps them spread the cost of the transfer over a long time. The way it works in accounting and for FFP purposes is that the transfer fee is divided by the number of years on the contract to determine how much it costs the club per year. So, with Mudryk, for example, his £88 million transfer fee is divided by 8.5 years, which brings it down to a cost of just £10 million per year. See that? If, for example, they had given Mudryk a 3-year contract, like most clubs do, that would have been about £29 million per year. Do this for all the players Chelsea have offered long contracts, and you'd see how much difference it makes on a grand scale. Also, Chelsea have done a good job with restructuring their wage bill, which is actually one of the reasons they did not sign Victor Osimhen this summer. With their new wage structure, they could only offer the striker way less than he currently earns at Napoli, and he reportedly did not want to take such a significant pay cut. Chelsea also got rid of a couple of their high earners, like Lukaku and Sterling. And according to reports, since they arrived, the new owners have managed to reduce the total wage bill by about 50%. That is insanely impressive. Now you have regular starters like Palmer, Mudryk, Lavia, Gusto, Jackson and Colwill all on less than 150k per week. Contrast that with Arsenal, for example, who have White, Ødegaard, Saka, Saliba, Havertz, Jesus and Martinelli all on 150k and above, and you'll see that Chelsea have indeed done a great job with their finances. But hey, there's still a possibility that Chelsea's business has not been completely by the book, and rumors even say that they could be slapped with a transfer ban in the near future, which is why they're signing a lot of players now in preparation of that possible eventuality. But what do you think? In your opinion, are Chelsea doing good business, or should they be punished? Talk to me in the comments.